name is Tarantiles, and I am the principal harpist of the Princeton Symphony. Most of my students simplify my name and call me Mr. T. The excerpt that I just played is from a piece called Fileuse, which means spinning. It's by Alphonse Hasselmann, and it's supposed to simulate a spinning wheel. It's actually subtitled Marguerite at her spinning wheel. It consists of lots of arpeggios. A chord is when all the notes are played at the same time. An arpeggio is when the notes are played separately. The word arpeggio in Italian actually means harping or playing on a harp. The concert grand has 47 strings and 7 pedals. The concert grand has several different parts. This is the bass, the column, and the crown. This is the neck, and this is the soundboard, which is made of spruce. The body is made of maple and is hollow. That gives the harp its resonance. You can hear it ringing. The harp is the oldest string instrument, with examples being found in ancient Egypt, Greece, and Israel. The modern pedal harp that we use in orchestra today was invented in 1810 by Sebastian Erard in Paris. On the lever harp, each string only has 2 pitches, which are changed by lifting the lever to create a half step. For example, E natural, E sharp. The strings on a harp are color-coded, as they are the same distance apart. They correspond to the white keys on the piano, and if played in succession, create a C major scale. The lowest note on the harp is a C, and the highest note is a G. The harp is often compared to the piano, but actually is more like a guitar, as the strings are always plucked. Each string has 3 pitches. The pitches are changed by utilizing the pedals. There's 1 pedal for each pitch of the scale. The pedals are connected underneath the bass to rods which go through the column and connect to the mechanism which is underneath the neck. The mechanism manipulates discs to raise or lower the pitch of a string by a half step. D natural, D flat, D natural again, D sharp. There are 3 positions for each pedal. Many composers write music which is not compatible with the instrument, as they think in terms of a keyboard. On the harp, we only use 8 fingers instead of 10. The harp, however, has unique capabilities that the piano does not. The one most famous and common is the glissando. This can be scalar, or we can create a chord by negating a couple of the pitches. If I put my B in sharp, B sharp, which is the same as C, and my E in sharp, which is the same as F, when I slide along the strings, I hear a chord. And that's achieved again by tuning 2 strings to the same pitch. When you move fast, one doesn't hear the repeated notes. Another technique that we use on the harp that can't be done on the piano is the harmonic. We use this part of our hand to cut a string in half, and we get the pitch of the octave above. The harmonic has a very unique color. The harp is used many ways in orchestra. Sometimes to enhance or elaborate on the pitches of other instruments in the orchestra, such as in Mahler's Adagietto from his Fifth Symphony. Debussy uses two harps in his prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun. At the beginning, we have glissandos. In the middle, harmonics, and later on, arpeggios. The harp is also often featured in a solo or cadenza with the entire orchestra remaining silent. This is especially popular in ballet and opera. Three great examples are in Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Ballet and also his ballet Swan Lake. The opera Lucia Lammermoor by Donizetti has a long solo which introduces one of the most famous arias. I asked to study the harp when I first heard a glissando at the age of 10. The final example that I'm going to play for you is a piece called Autumn by the famous French harpist Marcel Grangeny. In this ending segment, he uses harmonics, glissandi, and an arpeggio. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to the harp.